Poor Things in 2023, Kinds of Kindness in 2024, and now this in 2025? Yorgos Lanthimos, take a break, man. Hi everybody, Anthony here from Awesome Anthony Productions. Today I'm going to give you my review of Bugonia. But before we get started, please leave a like, and at the end of the review, if you think I've earned it, please subscribe and hit that bell icon to be notified whenever I post. Now on to the review. Bugonia stars Jesse Plemons as Teddy and Aiden Delbus as his autistic cousin Dawn, two conspiracy-obsessed outsiders that are convinced that the CEO of a big company, Michelle Fuller, played by Emma Stone, is actually an alien, sent to plunge the world into chaos. So, they kidnap her, shave her head, slather her in antihistamine cream, and lock her in a basement to try to force her to take them to her ship and negotiate for the survival of Earth.
Greetings. Welcome to the headquarters of the human resistance.
Where's my hair?
Your hair has been destroyed to prevent you from contacting your ship.
This movie, man, this movie. It's so many things at once. It's a scathing critique of corporations and the society that props them up with all their social political bullshit. It's an intense character study of a mentally ill, delusional man that takes advantage of the goodwill and love of his mentally challenged cousin to do some heinous shit. It's a super dark comedy with razor sharp writing that switches protagonists quicker than I can keep up. And it's a psychological thriller with some of the best cat and mouse tension that I've seen in a long time. And thankfully, it pulls all this off incredibly well, even if some parts are done a little better than others. To start, I really just have to talk about the performances, because this really does just boil down to three main characters carrying this movie from start to finish. Jesse Plemons as Teddy. Man, I have never been more terrified of one of his characters, and that includes when he played Todd in Breaking Bad. And yet, I also really sympathize with him, sometimes in the same scene. It would have been so easy for Lanthimos and Plemons to just portray this character as a one-note villain, a conspiracy nut using his delusions to justify his horrible behavior, but there's actually a lot of nuance here. He has moments of genuine warmth and kindness, especially directed towards Dawn, which were very sweet to see. Plus, once we see his backstory involving his mother, played by Alicia Silverstone, why he believes these things, and specifically why he's targeting Michelle, a lot of things clicked, and I'd be lying if I said I wasn't mad for him. But at the same time, he has moments where he's literally just a monster, filled with rage and violent tendencies that made me want to squirm out of my seat. And the craziest part is, like I said, sometimes both of these emotions occur in the same scene, especially a rather intense scene involving a dinner conversation with Michelle. Speaking of Michelle, I know this is not going to be a surprise at all, but Emma Stone does an amazing job here. She starts off as a confident girl boss type, albeit being a pretty shitty person. I mean, she is a big CEO after all. But once the kidnapping occurs in a scene that is both darkly hilarious and kind of disturbing, her head is shaved and she's chained up in Teddy's basement, we see that girl boss facade start to break down and turn her into a sobbing, terrified mess that has no idea what's going to happen to her. Yet, even then, once she tires of trying to convince him that she's not an alien, there's moments between her and Teddy that almost feel like verbal sparring matches, where the person in control switches back and forth, and it's both exciting and kind of terrifying. That's what I meant when I said cat and mouse earlier. Teddy obviously has the upper hand here, but Michelle knows exactly what to say to get under his skin, foster doubt, or get a reaction out of him, violent or otherwise. And then there's Aiden Delbus' Dawn. I wasn't expecting it, but I latched onto this character hard and didn't let go. From the jump, it's clear that, whether consciously or not, Teddy is 100% taking advantage of Dawn's loving nature and developmental challenges. And it's just sad to see. I really felt for that character. Dawn is just hopelessly devoted to his cousin and wants to be there for him and help him. But even then, there is so much fear and doubt there in that character, and Delbus sells it so well. I could not believe when I looked it up afterwards that this was his first ever role. He just has this warmth and sweetness to him that's really sad to see get taken advantage of. Yes, he's complicit in what they're doing, but Teddy really goes out of his way to convince him that what they're doing is the right thing. And even then, he still knows that Dawn's a big softie, commanding him not to talk to Michelle.
You know this is crazy. You know this is wrong.
And yet, whenever those two characters do get a moment together, that sweetness comes through and you really can see how unsure of this whole plan he is, and Delbus absolutely nails it. All three of these roles are just accentuated by how strong this story and script are, whether it's the back and forth between Teddy and Michelle, the razor-sharp satire of corporate America, the black comedy that fills the first half, and the horrific tension that fills the second. And the cinematography? Wow. This was done in VistaVision, and the colors, the framing of the scenes, the practical, lived-in sets, it's all so beautiful to watch, even when the movie is at its most horrific. Because I'm not gonna lie, this gets pretty intense and a little gory, so just prepare yourself for that. All of this leads to a truly exhilarating, stomach-churning, and shocking climax and ending. An ending which, without a doubt, is going to piss a lot of people off. Me, though, I absolutely loved it and thought it was the perfect punctuation point to this cynical dark comedy. I wouldn't say it's my favorite Yorgos Lanthimos Lanthimos film, ironically, that still goes to the favorite, but damn it if I didn't walk out impressed and feeling like I just saw one of the best movies of the year. And that's my review of Bugonia. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this review, you know exactly what to do. Please leave a like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon to be notified whenever I post. While you're at it, you can leave a comment, let me know if you saw this movie and what you thought, and if you want more of my content, you can click or tap on these cards right here. I'll take you to my review of Shelby Oaks, or just over to my channel where you can check out the rest of my reviews. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you next week for my review of Predator Badlands, followed by Frankenstein.